Okay, so, and I just wanted to explain that today's workout is a bit of a nod to all of my teachers, my wonderful teachers, and also, you know, to their teachers and so on. So let's start on your back in constructive rest position. So set yourself up so that you're lying straight. So lift your head up, pubic bone, navel and nose all on one line. And then place your hands around your lower rib cage. Allow your shoulder blades to tuck back and down, nipping the shoulder blades flat against the mat. We're going to take 4 slow breaths here, diaphragmatic breath. So inhale, expand the lower ribs, the mid ribs, the upper ribs. And then exhaling out through a straw, engaging your core, whatever that means to you. And again, inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs, feel the shoulder blades flat. And then exhale through the straw, lifting the perineum up, engaging transversus, closing the ribs. 2 more like that. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs, expanding the rib cage. And then exhale, breathing out, feel the lift of the perineum and transversus, shoulder blades flat. And 1 more, inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. And then exhale, pelvic floor, navel to spine. Arms float down by your side. Press your palms gently into the ground. Shoulder blades are also imprinting into the floor. Have your feet further away from you than you usually have and have them sit bone width apart. Spine curls. Imprint the lower back. Tuck the tailbone up. Lift the hips up to a neutral position. Inhale, pause. And then exhale, roll your upper spine down. Pause. Tuck the tailbone up. Roll the mid spine down. Pause. Tuck the tailbone up. Roll the lower spine all the way down, return to neutral. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs expand. Exhale out through the straw, imprint. Lengthen the sit bones away from your lower back as you tuck and peel your pelvis up. Pause at the top, ribs down. And then upper ribs, pause, tuck the tailbone up. Mid spine, pause, tuck the tailbone up. And then lower spine all the way back to neutral. Return back to neutral and keep your core engaged. 1 more like this. Imprint the lower back, lengthening your coccyx out of your lumbar spine. Lift up, think of your sit bones connecting to the back of your thighs. Pause for a moment and then roll the upper spine down. Pause, tuck. Mid spine down, pause, tuck. And then lower spine, return to neutral. Now we're doing a knock-knee variation. Keep your feet exactly where they are, but open your heels out and have your knees slightly knocking inwards so that your legs are going to be like a knock-knee that we do on the reformer. So just to reiterate, toes are in line with your sit bones, heels are out wider, knees are slightly knocked in but not touching. Spine curls. Imprint the lower back, tuck the tail under, lift the hips up. Inhale, pause, gently pressing the arms down into the floor. Roll the spine down smoothly all the way down, really tucking the tailbone. Return to neutral but keep the lower abs firm. And again, imprint, tuck, lift up. So we're getting into the adductor magnus and semimembranosus by having our legs slightly internally rotated. Inhale, expand the ribs. And then exhale, roll the upper spine, mid spine, lower spine, really tuck the tail. Return to neutral. If I was to poke your lower abs there, they're firm. Now bring the feet back into parallel. Keep the big toes, the toe joints, the balls of the feet exactly where they are. And now we're doing like a V position, but your legs are slightly apart. So your heels will be in towards one another, but they'll be about 10 centimeters apart. Your knees are in line with your toes, they're slightly opened out to the side. Imprint the lower back, tuck the tail under, lift the hips all the way up. Inhale, pause, and then exhale, roll the spine down. Not only are you tucking your tailbone up to the ceiling, but you're trying to create length through the spinous processes as you return back to the start position. And again, imprint the lower back, lengthen the coccyx, lifting up, ribs down, pubic bone up, shoulders back, and then rolling down with length. Keep pressing the shoulder blades and the arms down to the floor to feel your lats engaged. One more, imprint the lower back, lift the tailbone up, lift all the way up. Inhale, pause, and then exhale, rolling down, creating space between each spinous process. As you roll back, return to neutral, belly firm. And then return back to parallel. You're going to do a lying pole raise without the pole. So float your arms up above your shoulders. Now the arms float over your head, and then bend your elbows out to do a stop sign. Slide the arms back along the floor. Return the arms back up. Now lower the arms down and ever so slightly press your shoulder blades and your arms down into the floor. So if your shoulder blades and arms were on a scale, like, you know, at the deli or something, you're pressing down about 300, 400 grams imprinting. Reach the arms up. Now as the arms float over your head, drop the collarbones away from your ears. Bend your elbows out wide. Reach the arms over your head, sliding your arms along the floor. Float your arms up, and then lower the arms down and gently press the arms, the shoulder blades down into the floor. One more, float the arms up. The arms go over your head, soft upper shoulders. Bend the elbows, reach the elbows away from the shoulders. Slide the arms back out, keep the rib cage down. Float the arms up from the armpit muscles. Lower the arms down to the floor, and then gently imprint the shoulder blades, the hands down, feeling your lats engage. Now float the arms up above your head, over your head, and then just simply slide your hands behind your skull. And like die-cued, interlace your hands fully, place your thumbs on your occipital points. Chest lift. You're going to lift your chest up, but it's like you're not actually curving forward in this one. We're just hovering the shoulder blades and the upper spine off the floor. Pause there, gently press your head back into your hands so your abdominals are holding your head, and then lower down until your hands almost touch the mat. Again, so you're lifting your chest straight up like you're in a plank almost and lifting up. Good, pause there, press your head gently back into your hands and then lower back down. One more of these. So you're lifting up with length, press your lower rib cage down into the floor. Hopefully we'll feel a bit of a quiver here as you lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. I should almost be able to slide a ruler underneath your shoulder blades. You're lifting and lengthening so much. And then lower back down. Now we're adding in some pelvic stability work. Lift up with length, and now knee side. One knee floats out to the side and then back to center. Left knee floats out to the side and back to center. Now lift your right foot about 5 centimeters off the floor, very small. Plant the foot back down. Lift the left foot off the floor, just about 5 centimeters, like you're thinking of doing a knee float, but then you decide not to. And then you lift up with length and then lower all the way down, lengthening through the spine. Again, chest lift, exhale. Inhale, pause, press the head into your hands, press the lower ribs down. Left knee floats out to the side, back to center. Right knee out to the side, within a range that your hips stay still, we all know that. Float your left foot just up off the floor, plant the foot down. Float the right leg just up off the floor, plant the foot down. Now lift, lengthening, and then lower back down. Good, 2 more sets. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. And then exhale, lift your head and your chest, press your lower rib cage down. Open your right knee out, contract the left obliques, back to center. Open the left knee out, contract the right obliques, back to center. Now, as you float your right foot just up off the floor, engage the left obliques, plant the foot down, lift the left foot off, engage the right obliques, plant the foot down, lift with length, and then lower back down. 1 more set. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, lift, heavy head into the hands. Now the left knee floats out. Right obliques engage, back through center. Right knee out to the side, back through center. Lift the left leg just up off the floor. Right obliques engage. Lift the right foot just up off the floor. Plant the foot down, lift with length, and then lower back down. Slide your arms out like that lying pole position. And then from here, we're going straight into angel wings. So you're going to reach your arms out to a T, and then lower your arms down by your side, plug your shoulders back and down. Reach the arms out to a T, and then reach your arms back up above your head. 2 more. Okay, so the challenge here is to keep the scapula nipped flat as you lower the arms in towards your sides. And then hopefully you'll feel a nice stretch through your arms and the brachial nerve. 1 more, reaching out to a T, and then down by your side, proud open chest, ribs down, out to the side, and reach them over your head. Now bend your elbows into stop signs. So the elbows are in line with your shoulders. Hip rolls. Lift one knee up to chair, followed by the other. You're going to roll onto your right hip, press the left shoulder blade down. And then to return, press the left rib, left waist, left hip back to center. Roll onto your left hip, press the right shoulder blade down. Inhale. And then exhale, press your right rib, waist, and hip back to center. It's a very small movement. The shoulder blades are stable. And then activate your obliques by pressing rib, waist, hip to return. Again, rolling onto the left hip, lifting the right hip up. And then exhale, right rib, right waist, right hip. Now keep doing that, otherwise if you want more of a challenge, roll the legs over, extend 1 or 2 legs, bend the knees and then waist to return. Good. Roll onto the opposite hip, reaching out, scoop the belly in, bend the knees and then press rib, waist, hip to return. 1 more to each side. Inhale, roll. Exhale. Now as you straighten your legs, draw the belly button down, knees and back to center. 1 more, roll and extend out, bend the knees and then back through center. Keep the legs in tabletop, reach the arms out into the lying pole raise, so your arms are straight over your head, your collarbones are drawing away from your ears. Toe taps, tap your left toe down, float it back up. Tap your right toe down, float it back up. Okay, so the arms are above your head on the floor, getting a beautiful lift and lengthen through your spine. And feel like you're pressing your lower rib cage down at the back as the toe taps. Feel the length and expansion through the intercostal muscles as you lengthen and reach your ribs one away from the other. 1 more on each leg. Good. Place both feet down on the floor, engaging your core. Slide your hands behind your head once again. And then we simply roll onto your right side into side openings. Okay, so your knees are in line with your hips, your elbows are in line with your shoulders, and gently lift your right rib cage off the floor. Lift your left elbow up to the ceiling and then rotate to the left. Lift your left elbow up and then back through center. The elbow floats up first, and then from here, actually try and imprint the shoulder blades down towards the floor, reaching the elbows apart. Now roll the chest, and then the arm floats back down. Good. 2 more. lifting up. Now, if I was to poke your upper trapezius on your left shoulder, I want it to feel like marshmallows here. And then lift and return. One more. Lift the elbow up. Good. Press your right elbow into the floor to help you roll your nose to your left elbow. Lift and return. Baby clams. Keep your legs where they are. Extend your right arm out underneath your head. Slide your left hand underneath your right rib cage and gently lift your right rib cage up off the floor, so both sides of your waist along. The left leg floats 5 centimeters, very small movement off the bottom leg, and then plant the leg back down. And again, you slightly lift the leg up, it's a very small movement, and then lower back down. Good, breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. Good, keep going. Now try and imagine the dome of your pelvic floor, your diaphragm, your palate, and the crown of the head stacked one on top of the other. And with your imagination, you're lengthening those domes one away from the other. The left leg is really floppy and heavy. Okay, so imagine the left leg is a dead weight so that we really target those deep hip external rotators. Good. We've got 5 more. I'd encourage you to put your left fingertips between your greater trochanter and your sit bone to where your deep external rotators on. Now switch them on by drawing the thigh bone back in towards the hip and having the thigh very heavy. 2 more. Good. And now into circles. Now lift the leg up to start, lengthen through your spine, and then little circles. So imagine you're like, remember Mr. Squiggle? Okay, so imagine there's a pencil coming out from your knee and you're drawing a little circle about the size of a tennis ball on the wall that you're facing. Good. I've just put lots of oil in your hip, very slippery, loose hip. Good, now reverse it. The deep external rotators are the ones that are switching on here. Good, for 5, calm body, 4, calm face, 3, 2, little circles up and down, up and down, up and down, like you're drawing a circle on the wall that you're facing about the size of a tennis ball. Good, 1 more. Well done. Okay, now fully relax, let all your muscles melt off your bones. Okay, just have a little rest. So inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Good, exhale, just let your body deflate, letting go. 1 more slow, long breath. Good, okay, now stack your skeleton. So your hip bones are aligned, your shoulder blades are aligned, your ribs are lifted. Good. Okay, now engage your muscles. So for me, perineum, deep transversus abdominis. I understand that some instructors don't necessarily cue that, and so whatever works for you. Okay, now we're doing a clam, but with our legs like this. You're going to lift your left knee up, keep your feet together, and then lower the knee back down. Again, lift the knee up, keep the heels together, lower the knee back down. That's it, good. Breathe out to lift, breathe in to lower. Check into your torso, keep your skeleton aligned and your muscles engaged. Good, for 5. Now I want you to feel like you're really pressing your top heel into the bottom heel. 4. Okay, so you're getting into a little quadratus femoris muscle deep inside the hip there, about the size of like a little matchbox. Okay, so press the heels together to lift the knee up. Check into your lower back. Make sure you're not gripping with your lower back. Instead, engage the front of your body. 2. Well done. I hope you're feeling that. 1. Good. Okay, now we're going to move your feet back so that they're in line with your pelvis. Okay? Clam. So exactly the same thing. Align your skeleton, engage your muscles, lift your top knee up, pressing your heels together, and then lower the knee down. Good, we'll just do 5 of these for 5. Okay, now imagine there's a piece of paper in between your heels and I'm trying to tug that piece of paper out from between your heels. So you're really pressing the heels together, even on the way down. Okay, you don't want me to pull that paper out. Good. 1 more. Good. Okay, so now we're doing Sidelight Push-Up, and this is a bit of a nod to Penny Lady. I learned this from Penny Lady. Put your right arm across your chest. It's a really bloody hard exercise, actually. Put your left hand on the floor in front of your chest. Drop your head down, just let your shoulder be natural and sort of shrugged. Now, move your feet apart, so just whatever's natural there. So your knees might be together, but your feet are apart. Now from here, you're going to push your left hand down into the floor and rotate towards the floor. Good. And then you're going to lower down just within a range you can keep your strength. And again, breathe out to push up. This is good for the oldies getting out of bed. And then breathing into lower back down. Now I want you to engage your core, engage your lats, and then rotate. And then almost all the way down if you can. 1 more. Engage your core, engage the lats, and then almost all the way down. Last one, lifting up. Good, into a Z sit. Okay, this is called a psoas reach. Put your right hand, okay, behind your hip, elbow. I'm doing my right hand, okay? So put your right hand behind your hip, elbow in towards your hip like you're a Barbie. Now tuck your tail under, squeeze your bottom, and then reaching up and over, and then lift your head up, draw your chin to your throat, and then roll back down, psoas reach. Now look at your pubic bone, squeeze your bottom, lift up, lengthen out of your psoas, lift your head up, tuck your tail under. If I was to poke your bum here, it's still firm now. Good, 2 more, tuck under. Reach. Now take a big deep breath into your diaphragm so that you can massage out your psoas. Lift your head up, roll back down, squeeze your bottom. 1 more, lift up. And don't worry about what it looks like, make it feel good. Open up your body and then lift your head up and then lower back down. Roll backs, sitting up, feet forward, grab hold of the back of your thighs. We're only doing 1 of these. If this is not in your repertoire, totally fine, you can lie on your back. Use your arms. We're starting sitting up on our sit bones. Okay, now roll between your coccyx and your sit bones. Pause, lift your chest up. Walk your hands down a little bit more. Roll onto your coccyx. Pause, open your breastplate. Roll onto your sacrum. Pause, open your chest. Now squeeze the back of your legs. Feel the pull of your hamstrings. Feel the scoop of your core. And then roll back down. Now reach your arms over your head again. Lying pole, place the hands behind your head. Now simply roll onto your left side for side opening. So roll onto your left side into side opening. So lift your right elbow up towards the ceiling and then rotate. And then lift and return. Good, lift the right elbow up, inhale, and then exhale, twist. Lengthen through the spine, lift and return. 2 more. The arm moves and then the rib cage moves. Roll the head towards your elbow and then lift and return. Just notice, guys, you might feel stiffer on this right side. If you're right-handed and you're always pulling springs on the reformer with one side, you'll feel that that's tighter, and then lift and return. Now into baby clams. Okay, so you set yourself up and you lift the leg just up and then just down, okay? So just up and just down. Okay, now keep moving and go through all of the cues that I gave you on the other side. So you think rib cage lifted, pelvic floor, diaphragm, palate, crown of the head, lengthening one away from the other. The neck, is it soft and relaxed? Good. The shoulder blades are neutral. And the movement is very small, getting into those deep muscles. Fully floppy thigh and leg. 2 more. Good. Now into little circles, okay? So the leg goes around, up and down, around, up and down. Okay, I've just put lots of oil and grease inside your hip socket. I want this to feel really slippery and loose. 2 and 1. And then we reverse it. 5, 4, 3. Check into your neck. 2, check into your jaw. 1, now legs together. Good. Have a little rest. Okay, align your skeleton, engage your muscles, perineum, transversus, lower traps and lats. And then we lift the knee up and then we lower the knee down. Okay, now only lift it up maybe, maybe 15 centimeters off the bottom knee. Okay, it's a very small lift. Getting into those deep external rotators. Good. For 2. Last one. For 1. Good. Now lift your head up, move your feet back, have your feet in line with your pelvis, and then lower back down. Set yourself up. Pelvis stacked, shoulders stacked, length and space through your torso. Gorgeous. And now lift the knee up and then back down. Very small movement. Okay, really heavy thigh. Now remember, pressing the heels together, nice and firm, like there's a piece of paper between your heels. And I want to pull that piece of paper out between your heels. And this will help us get into those deep external rotators. Good. And if you're not sure, put your hands on your hips, have a little poke between your greater trochanter and your ischium, making sure those muscles are switched on. Good. 1 more. Excellent. Good. Okay, so now we're going into the Sidelight Push-Up. A little nod to Penny, hand here, and then you're going to press. I remember when I first did this, I couldn't do it in a workshop. I was like, what? Didn't have the strength. You can also do this against the wall. So I get a lot of my seniors to do this against the wall. Okay, now if you're really struggling with this, what I want you to do, so there's someone here that's got you need to cross your top arm. It's your top arm that's on the floor. Yes, yes. Hello. That's it, hello, and yes, correct. And now lower your shoulder blade, the one that's yet down towards the floor. Now as you lift up, rotate towards the floor. Yes, that's it, gorgeous. Now really engage your core, pull your lats down, so you really get your strength from pelvic floor transversus and lats. 1 more. Well done, Mermaid Stretch. You're in a Z sit. Grab hold, lift the arm up, and your version is good. So some of us like to lift our head up. I like to go for a bit of a neck stretch, so I allow my head to be heavy. Okay, now inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, press your armpit in the direction that it's facing so that your scapula can laterally rotate. Good. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, armpit towards the screen, drop your head down. 1 more. Good. Lifting up, psoas reach. Put the hand behind your hip, right elbow in like a Barbie. Now tuck under, so you're posteriorly tilting your pelvis. You lift up, don't worry about what it looks like, have a big stretch. And then lift your head up. Tuck your tail under. Now, as you roll back down, squeeze your bottom like there's a credit card between your bum. And then lift up. Open. Feel the ribs expand away from the hip. Stretching the psoas and then tuck under and roll back down. Good. 2 more. lift up, stay in your body, stay in sensation, and doing your version of this is a good one, okay? Lifting up, reaching back, opening up, and then lifting, and then return. Good work. Bring your feet together into studio stretch. The feet are together, the legs are quite far away from you. It's not one of those yoga supta baddha, it's not a Baddha Konasana, okay? Your feet are further away from you. Pull the flesh of your bottom from out underneath you so you can perch yourself nice and high on your sit bones. Hands on your knees. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs, expand your chest. And then draw your chin into your throat, your nose to your navel. Slide your hands down towards your feet. Inhale, pause. And then exhale, roll up through your spine. And then go into thoracic extension by lifting your breastplate up. And then return to center. Reach your arms out to a T. I'm going to do my right hand, okay? Put your right hand down on the floor. That's it. Reach up and over, bending the underarm, and then lifting up. Put your left hand, I'm doing my left arm down on the floor. Bend your elbow, push your hand away from you to keep your opposite sit bone down, and then lifting up. Hands on the knees, studio stretch. Curve through the spine, rolling through the spine, relaxing. And then roll up through your spine like you're imprinting your back into a wall. Now keep rectus abdominis, your six-pack engaged, as you do a thoracic extension by lifting up. And then back through center, arms out to the side. Now I'm doing my left arm. You do your left arm or whatever. And then as you bend your left arm, push your hand away from you to expand your upper rib. And then lifting up. Gorgeous. Over to the other side. Elbow goes towards the floor. Really press the right hand away from you to anchor your sit bones and lifting the ribs. And then lifting back up. Gorgeous. And then knees together. Onto the side. Once again, a curl back, a roll back, whatever you want to call it. Hands on your thighs. Feel your sit bones. Roll between your coccyx and your sit bones. Pause. Open your chest. Squeeze your bum. Walk your hands down. Roll onto your coccyx. Breathe into your chest. Now tuck your sit bones to the back of your thighs so your hamstrings are engaged. Roll onto your sacrum. Feel the hamstrings contract underneath. Good. Now pause here. Reach the arms out. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I want you to feel like your sit bones are really tucking under so your hamstrings are engaged. I want you to feel like you're pressing your lumbar vertebrae down into the floor, but with a real sense of length through the lower back. Good. 5, 4, 3, 2, lats engaged. 1, lower down. Good. Take a deep breath. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, just let the muscles melt off your bones like chocolate. Again, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, letting your body sink into the space behind you. Okay, now this is actually, the next exercise is single leg stretch. It's a version that I learned from Jerry, who's teaching us next. Arms down by your side. Lift one knee up to chair, followed by the other. Place both hands, one on top of the other, against your right thigh. Press your hands into your thigh. Press your thigh into your hands. Straighten your left leg, keep your legs in contact. So your left calf will now be touching your right foot. Draw your belly button down, down, down. Return back to center. Both hands onto your left thigh. Press the hand into the thigh. Press the thigh into the hand. Reach the right leg out. Draw the belly button down. Return back to center. Again, hands on the thighs. Push the hands, push the thigh, reach the leg, and now zip. I think of zipping my linear elbow together and then return back to center. Hands pressed. Press the thigh. Reach out. Now I'm going slow for a reason, so bear with me, guys. Zip the belly in. Return back to center. Again, hands, thigh, leg. Zip the linear elbow. Back to center. Again, hands, thigh, reach, zip, draw the lower abs in, back to center. Now keep going like that. If you want more of a challenge, lift your head up. Press the hands into the thigh. Press the thigh into the hands. Reach the leg out. Let's go slow. Zip the tummy up, back through center. Good. Onto the left side, hands press. Push the thigh into the hands. Reach the leg out. Now look at your belly. Zip your tummy up. One more on each side. Stay with me, guys. Stay with me. You get your clients to do this, so it's your turn now. Zip the tummy up. Calm face. Good. Press the thigh. Press the hands. Reach, zip, and then back up. Hands onto your knees. Now little knee stirs, like we're doing circles, feet and straps on the reformer, but really mini ones. Now imprint your lower back into the floor, so you're stabilizing through your lower back. So the legs are doing like the knees are doing like a capital D back to back. Good, now reverse it. And we want to do this without any tension in our hip flexors. I like to keep my feet together here. My arms and my core are doing a lot of the work, and there's a really slippery, heavy sensation in my hips. Gorgeous. Scissors prep. Legs up towards the ceiling. Arms down by your side. Imprint your shoulders and your hands into the floor. Lower your left leg down, flex your foot, and then lift it back up, pointing. Lower your right leg down, flex, point the foot, lift back up. Again, breathing out. Now zip your tummy up and then lift back up. Good. Flex the right foot, lower it down, and then lifting back up. Keep going. Now remember, at the beginning of class, we were pressing our shoulder blades and our hands down into the floor to get into our lats. Really emphasizing that now. Stay there, keep going. Otherwise, if you want more of a challenge, lift up. Good. Reach the hands away from you on the mat. Pressing the lower rib cage down. Last one. Good. Legs are up. Little bottom lifts. Lift, lift. 3, 4. Squeeze your bum as you lift up. 5, 6, we're doing 10, 7, just let your body move. 8, 9, last one, 10. Grab hold of your knees, squeeze both knees in towards your chest. 5, really folding at the hips. 4, mobilizing the hips and your lower back. 2, last one. 1, okay, one more abdominal crisscross. Stay with me as I guide you through. Knees up into tabletop. Hands fully interlaced behind the head, thumbs touching your occipital points. Lift your head and your chest up. We are in a curl up. Now, lift your right shoulder blade just slightly up higher than your left. Reach your right leg out. Draw your belly button down. Now rotate back through center so you're square, but you're still lifted. Stay with me. Left shoulder lifts up just a tiny bit. Reach the leg out, the legs are in contact. Draw the belly button down, back through center, press your head into your hands. Right shoulder blade just off. Reach the leg out. Draw the belly down, maybe even push your right leg against your left foot, back to center. Left shoulder blade up. Reach the leg out, draw the belly down. Engage your inside thighs by pushing your left foot into your right foot, back through center. One more, stay with me. Lift, calm face, draw the belly down, engage, back to center. One last one, you can do it. Lift, reach, press, and then back down. Glute stretch. Well done, guys. Right ankle across your left thigh, and put your hand through the hole and grab hold of either your thigh or your shin, and then lower back down. Okay, so here we are. in the glute stretch. Okay, so inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, plug your shoulders back down into the floor to increase the stretch. Keep that there. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Exhale, bend your elbows just a millimetre more. Good. Inhale, lower ribs, mid ribs, upper ribs. Imagine you've got a belt on. Draw your belt in a notch. Exhale, bend your elbows. Good. Now stay there. We're going to roll onto your left hip and lift your right hip up. And just stretch out different fibres of the glute. And then back through centre, other side. So crossing the left leg over your right, hand through the hole, hold onto the thigh or the shin, and then lower back down. Now activate your feet, so draw your toes towards your knees so that your muscles around your knees are engaged to stabilise the joint. Okay, so inhale, feel the breath as it expands your ribs like an umbrella. And then fully exhale, engaging your intercostal muscles. And again. Staying in the stretch, notice where you're feeling the stretch. Notice if there's any tension in your jaw or your tongue or your neck. So you can stay there, or you roll onto your right hip, lifting up your left hip a little bit, stretching out different fibres. Lovely. And then back through centre. Good. Okay, so place the feet down. We're going to roll over onto your right side, facing front. Okay, we're doing side lifts, okay? So you're side on. Now look down at your feet, and I want your feet just a little bit in front of you so you can see your tippy toes. Put your head down on the floor. Now stack your skeleton, okay? So align your rib cage, align your spine, draw the sit bones towards the thighs slightly. Good. Now lift both legs just up off the floor and then lower back down. And again, so we're getting into the obliques here, but you do want to keep that underside still lifted. Good, one more. Now you can keep doing that. If you want more of a challenge, reach the top arm up to the ceiling. Wrap the armpit towards the laptop or the screen, and then lift and lower. Lift and lower. One more like that. Now do 3 more of those, or if you want even more of a little challenge, we lift the head up with the legs and then back down with length. Lifting up and then back down. One more. Lovely. Side reach on the elbow. Okay, prop your elbow underneath your shoulder. I like to have my feet in line with my pelvis. Now, drop your shoulder right up around your ear and hang out like you're at the beach having a chat to someone, side on there and your shoulders up. Feels good, that stretch, okay? Now, pull the collarbone down, put your top arm underneath your bottom rib, and then just slightly lift the rib off, or rib up rather. Good, now let the rib cage drop first, and then let the scapula elevate and shrug. Good, one more. So you pull the scapula down one, we're pulling the armpit down in the direction that it's facing. The lower rib cage is slightly lifting up, stabilizing and lengthening. Good, and then lower the rib cage down and then release. Now put that top hand on your upper trapezius. I want you to do this again, and we're going to try and do this without using our upper trapezius. Okay? So have it soft already. It's squished up, but it's soft. Pull the armpit down in the direction that it's facing. If your upper trapezius is engaged right now, try and nip your scapula flat. So tuck your wing in a bit. Lift the ribs up just a tiny bit, lengthening through your spine, and then lower down and release. Good. Now you can keep doing that. Otherwise, we're going to go into, so the start position, shoulder down, rib cage lifted. Okay, and you're going to lift the hips up and down. Lift the hips up and down. Good. Once again, put your hand on your upper trapezius Now, if you're getting a sore neck, you can always cradle your head with your hand as well, okay? Keeping soft in the upper trap, but really working the underneath side. Good, 1 or 2 more. That's it. Well done, excellent, good work. Okay, now swing around to the other side. I'm running out of time, so I better just like get the other side in. Okay, so you're lying side on, feet are just slightly forward of your torso, just to help you connect to your core rather than using your back muscles. Okay, now think about your skeleton, align your skeleton, and then connect to the muscles that help you feel that beautiful Pilates lift that we're all used to. Lift both legs up and then back down. And I like to think of the bottom leg lifting the top leg up so we get into the hamstrings and the adductors on the inside legs. Good. 1 more. Now you can keep doing that or reach the arm up towards the ceiling and then we lift and then back down. And then lift and then back down. Good. 1 more. Lift. Now you can keep doing that or add in the head lift and then lower back down, stretching out, lifting up. And this is not about muscle strength, it's about lengthening out. Good, and balancing. Good, 1 more. Lovely. Side reach on the elbow. So prop yourself up, elbow underneath your shoulder, thereabouts. Okay, now hang out. This is fun because this is so not Pilates. Okay, but you get a beautiful stretch through your sides. Okay, now firstly, collarbone down. Put your top hand on your lower ribs and just encourage that little lift of the rib cage as you pull your armpit down in the direction it's facing. And then lower down and release. Again, scapular, collarbone, lift the rib cage up and then lower back down. Good, 1 more, lifting up. And then once you're there, actually imagine you're lifting your hips up. That's the connection that we want. Okay, now keep doing that or put your arms down by your side. Keeping all those muscles on, you're going to lift the hips up and then back down. If it's getting necky, put your hand over your head, supporting you. Good. Upper trapezius, nice and soft. If that is engaged, then you're probably winging your scapula. Good. 2 or 1. Lovely. Okay. Wendy, can I keep going, or is that enough for today? Is Wendy?
Hi, Nell, I'm here. We're at 11:30, and Jerry is meant to start at 11:30. But
okay.
If you want to go for like, let's cool everyone down maybe for a little, and then we can go forward from there.
Okay.
So if you've got a couple more things to do, Nell, please feel free to finish off.
Yeah. So let's just finish with some stretches. Okay, so we're going to sit with our legs crossed over like a kid in a classroom, but your legs aren't in, your feet aren't in towards your pelvis. They're actually, if you look down between your legs, there's a perfect triangle there. Now put your hands on your knees and wiggle the soles of the feet out so they're in line with your knees. Grab hold of the flesh of your bottom, pull that out from underneath. That's going to help you get a lift up through your spine. Interlace your hands, and then with a flat back, and I love it because you guys get what I'm talking about, okay? You're just going to hinge forward and let your elbows rest on your knees. Okay, now inhale, lengthen from your sit bones all the way through to the crown of the head, and then exhale, armpits down in the direction that they're facing, so you're getting into your lats. Inhale, lengthen through the ribs, and then exhale. Good. Now either stay there if that's enough for you, or you can put your hands down on the floor and just go out to an angle that feels good for you. So either arms straight or elbows down, or you can reach out in front. Okay, and I really encourage you, no matter whether or not your eyes are open or closed, to gaze towards your belly button here. Allow the weight of the head to stretch your hips. Good. Send your breath into your hips and then exhale, letting go. Good. One more deep breath. And then slowly roll up and then put the other leg in front. Okay, so cross the feet are nice and wide. There's a triangle here. Pull the flesh of your bottom, interlace the hands, and you're hinging at the hips. The weight of your torso is stretching out tensor fascia lata. Check into your neck and your upper shoulders. Inhale, lengthen, telescope your ribs one away from the other. Good, and then exhale, ever so slight little connection of your lats, armpits down towards your hips. Good, inhale, lengthen the breastplate out, and then exhale, pull the collarbones down. And then maybe over you go, allow the weight of the head to stretch your hips. Good, now just notice where your attention is, still concentrating on your body, sweeping your breath into your hips and breathing out, letting go. Good, now slowly rolling up through the spine. Thanks so much, guys. I hope everyone enjoyed that. You know, Pilates, I teach on my own, so Pilates can feel like a pretty lonely space to be. So I'm actually, like, it's so lovely to see all these beautiful faces and know that I'm part of the community. I have a really quick little announcement. The APMA is sending out a Survey Monkey very soon and would love your input, whether or not you're a member or not. It will literally take less than 30 seconds. I did it this morning. It took about 5 seconds, and I'm not a survey person, okay? It's regarding our urgency to return to work or not. Okay, we would love your feedback, and thank you in advance for your contribution.
Thank you so much, Nell. That was an absolute joy to watch. It's funny, like, when you know people but you haven't seen people teach, and when you see people teach, it's like little fireworks go off in your brain and you're like, oh, it's so beautiful. Absolutely. So thank you very much, Nell, for sharing with us. Everyone, we're going to give you about 5 minutes before Jerry